Weeds like to grow in healthy soil too. Sustainable farmers work to avoid using chemicals to kill weeds. One way that farmers control weeds is by using mulch.
The mulch does three good things for the soil. First, it inhibits weed growth, which for us is critical. That's why it's so nice and thick. Secondly, it moderates the soil microclimate, maintains moisture and keeps it cooler in the summer and warmer into the fall. And thirdly, after you've taken your crop off and you till the straw in, you're adding organic matter to the soil again, which is what it's all about.
Farmers pull special implements with their tractors to kill weeds without killing their crops. There are even certain tractors that are very tall so that they can kill weeds that are in very tall crops. Insect pests are a challenge for all farmers. Many farmers learn as much as they can about insect pests and practice IPM, Integrated Pest Management, to reduce the amount of chemical pesticides that they use.
IPM stands for Integrated Pest Management. So it's actually hopefully working with nature pests, monitoring those that can be, because they're both beneficial insects as well as harmful insects to the crop. We had been farming conventionally, and I was learning as much as I could from my conventional farming friends, and they were just a wealth of knowledge. And yet I started feeling bad, and we had more and more fungus issues and pest issues, and so, as was typical at the time, just sort of choose a different chemical and try, make sure you're revolving through different chemical families so you don't build up resistance and all that. But I just started feeling really bad, and I didn't want to hop on a tractor with a sprayer, and besides that, it wasn't even highly effective. So it just seemed like the endless revolving door. The more you sprayed, the more you need to spray, and year by year, it just sort of was progressing to be worse and worse.
Some insect pests lay their eggs on the leaves of plants. When the eggs hatch, the baby insects called larvae eat the plant. Farmers cover some plants with a special cloth, rime, to keep insects from laying eggs. Rime lets water and sunlight pass through to the plants so the plants can grow. There are some times when farmers have to use sprays to keep insects from destroying their crops. In orchards, farmers use special traps called pheromone traps to catch insects so they can tell when it is time to spray. The pheromone trap is sticky and it has a chemical to attract the insect. Farmers count the number of pests in their trap so they can only spray when there are enough insect pests to do damage. This way, they reduce the amount of pesticide that they use and still have fruit to sell. Whenever possible, sustainable farmers use natural sprays made from clay or from bacteria. By growing healthy food for people in their local communities, farmers help conserve precious fossil fuel. It takes a lot of oil and gasoline to ship food around the world.
Generally, people have actually lost touch with where their food comes from and how it's grown. The kind of food that comes to you in the grocery store generally takes anywhere between 1,500 and 3,000 miles to get to your plate, and you have no idea where it's grown or how it's grown or who's grown it. Here with CSA and raising food locally, people can come to the farm and they can see their vegetables growing in the field. They can ask questions. They can be part of the harvest if they like. They can touch the soil, and they're generally in touch with where their food is grown and how it's grown, and they can ask questions directly of the farmer.
Healthy soil grows healthy plants, and that creates healthy communities.